Hello lovelies, and welcome to Saturday Stash Dive. It's Tuesday and just sharing with you the design team project. I'm partnered with Kitty Scrapper, which is Nancy, and I'm showing you some of the product I used. The challenge is wood, veneer, and wood grain paper. So that is primarily the elements I'm using, and I showed you that I outlined some of the wood veneer, the pieces that I showed you there. I just took my trusty Secura glitter pen and outlined the wood veneer, and then I sewed around the outline on several pieces, and then I glued down the other pieces that I had kind of decided where they went, and those were also outlined. So that's what I'm doing here. So I am just gluing those down in various places. I wasn't expecting to do Saturday Stash Dive, but one of the girls had an issue with her computer, so I got to be the lucky recipient of her spot, and I get to share with you lovely people. I did try to stay in trend and go with the same colors on the thread as the paper dictated, and that is paper from the Scraptastic July Kit Summer Nights. It's from Simple Stories. I traced the inside of the circle out on a piece of wood grain paper, but I ended up not liking it, and I fussed and fussed with trying to make it fit, and I just didn't like it, so I gave up. Yeah, give up. Sewing really didn't take that long. I'm used to sewing, so I enjoyed that. And here I'm also taking that same piece of wood grain paper, and it's a yellow wood grain. It's really unusual. I like it a lot, and it was in one of my old 6x6 by Jelly Bean Soup, and it is called Southern Chicken Dumpling Soup. Say that 10 times fast. The picture is of my bestie Brad, and he does a lot of, sorry about that, my kids interrupted. So as I was saying, Brad is my bestie, and he's pretty much a trooper. Anytime I want to go somewhere or out with friends or what have you, he's always willing to go. So we went to the Goo Goo Dolls concert with some other friends, and it's not necessarily his kind of music, but I'm going to go to Zach Brown with him. So, but that is my kind of music now. So anyway, I even got him to go to another concert, which is another story, but which I never thought I'd get him to go to, but there was a girl there that struck his interest, so I talked him into it. But back to the layout. This is just a bunch of wood veneer from various places. The hearts and the frames are Maya Road. I think the dark wood is Studio Calico, and I can't remember where the circular ones are from, but if I had to guess, I'd say Studio Calico, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I probably am. The wood grain papers I just layered, and trying to stick to the various colors was more challenging than you would expect, but I think I did pretty good. I told you where the yellow wood grain was from. The darkest wood grain is from Simple Stories, and it's the new summer collection, and I got it in my Scrapbook, Scraptastic Summer Nights kit. And then The lighter of the dark wood grain in the very back is from Glitz Designs. And I think that was called Color My World or something of that nature. I'm sorry, I can't remember. You probably know. And then I also used I went through the little bowl there of ephemera that I got in the Summer Nights kit and pulled various elements and just kind of placed them randomly on the page. I popped some of them up on foam double-sided tape, and then I also added some buttons from my stash. And so I was able, to pull various things from my stash. Those little circular wood veneer, and the dark wood veneer, and just all of that stuff has been in my stash for a while. The glitz paper. I'm just going through the kit items now, seeing what I can do with them. And let's see. Oh, yeah, I don't end up using the resin heart. I do go into some really old stash. I'll tell you this. You'll see me add some crystals, like the sticky back crystals. How long's it been since people used those? I forgot I had them, and I found a whole little box full of bling of the sticky back crystals. And there was a couple that weren't even sticky back, so I had to put them down with some glossy accents. But most everything here was either put down with glossy accents or my glue gun or my tape runner. I did fuss a lot with placement, and I'm sorry about the shadow. And I do layer a bit. Oh, I remember. I will go in and layer a little bit between the elements just to kind of tie them together. And you'll see that here in a moment. Oh, down there on the left, I did add a Dear Lizzie rub-on from her Daydreamer collection. And that concert note, or musical note, that I added was from a really old thing in my stash, because my daughter takes piano and is into music quite a bit. And that is like a plastic, and it's kind of a silver color. It is from Creative Impressions. And again, here you see I added the bling, and again you see me pulling in some of my buttons from my stash and adding those. And all of the little dots that you see there are bling. It's not enamel dots. And so for the sticker letters, I used Recollections Mini Alphas in gold. And just lining them up. And so I just fuss with placement of those, and it will say Goo Goo Dolls Concert. And let's see, what else was again? Oh, the background paper is called Good Day Sunshine by Simple Stories. And the sticker there that says Adventure is by Echo Park, Capture Life, Allison Kreft. And I was down to just a couple of stickers on that sheet, and I did not throw them out. I kept them, which I typically do, because I always end up finding a place to put them. So I hear people all the time say, well, I'm not going to use any of these. I'm just going to throw them out. And I mean, if it was really old school or something, but if it's like new and a kid, I'm not going to throw it out until I know for sure that I'm not going to use it, so that usually takes a while before I phase out of that style. Here I did kind of mess with the placement of the date because I wanted that gold to tie in, and I kind of ended up tearing the paper, and I had to move June in 2014 into a kind of stacked situation. I go back, I've got a couple of like little ink pads that I just colored in the same color as the background paper, and so you really can't tell. I mean, you'd have to look for it, and it just actually the wood grain actually just looks distressed. It's the pink that shows more than anything, but it does say June 2014, and let's see, I go in and I end up adding some splashes of ink. Oh look, of course, my Sakura pen. I'm going to outline everything with my Sakura pen. Oh, and those started moving. Those are the ones that didn't have sticky backs. Yeah, but the inks that I use at the end for splatters, I kind of went with the same colors that were on the page, and I did Cactus Gold Lindsay Stamp Gang, Starburst, I can't talk, it's late. Lindsay Stamp Gang Starburst Spray in Cactus Gold for the yellow, and Adirondack Sailboat, spit the words out, Tuesday. Adirondack Sailboat Blue for the blue. Let's see, Delusions, I used Fresh Lime for the green, Bubblegum Pink for the pink, and Heidi Swap Sweet Cherry for the red. And you'll see me add that in a second. I will follow up with some still pictures for you, and I do run out of video, but it is just right at the end. So I hope you enjoy, and I will talk to you later. Go check out Kitty Scrapper's video, and she is my partner on this, and see what she comes up with. Ta-ta for now. Bye. There is one more thing I forgot to add. At the end, I will show you a picture of a lovely note that my daughter True left me on my desk while I was videoing. I wanted to share it with you just to show you how special she is. So, stay tuned. Bye.